Hi guys, my name is Bex and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm bringing to you a beginner's guide to sci-fi. I brought you my beginner's guide to fantasy, and I wanted to continue this one on into other genres, so now I'm going to bring you the beginner's guide to sci-fi. This series on my channel is more for people who have not really got into these genres before and want some ideas on what would be a good place to start. So today I'm going to be bringing you 5 books that would be a good place to start if you wanted to get into sci-fi. If you have been on my channel a while, you would know sci-fi is one of my favourite genres other than fantasy, so I definitely have a few here that I'm excited to talk to you about. So let's get into it. So the first book I want to talk to you about is The Martian by Andy Weir. So basically this one is for people who have not done sci-fi before. I think The Martian is a good place to start. It is basically about the space program, and these astronauts are up in space on Mars, and there is a storm and they have to get off the planet. When they do, one of the astronauts is left behind, Mark Watney. Now Mark has no way of communicating with anybody. He has got to try to survive on Mars, and it's really, really exciting. Mark is a really fun character. He is really entertaining and humorous, and he's got that self-deprecating humor that I freaking love. But he's also a really intelligent character, and I think when you go into sci-fi, this is a good place to start because it's not too far off our normal world. A story set in our world, except it's on Mars. There's not too many science fiction-y aspects other than the fact that he's stuck on Mars. So I think this is a good place to start to edge you in, to introduce you to the genre. The next book I'm going to talk to you about is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. Now this book, it's definitely getting into the sci-fi genre now. There is a lot of different aspects in this one, different species from space. What I think would be good for new sci-fi readers is that this one is really character-based and not too complex when it comes to sci-fi. Basically, it follows a girl named Rosemary Harper who joins the crew of the Wayfarer. And the crew on the Wayfarer basically punch holes in space. The crew on this are a mismatch of species and character, and they're really, really entertaining on how they interact. And the crew on the Wayfarer are offered a job of a lifetime to build a hyperspace tunnel to a distant planet where they could earn money to let them all live comfortably for many years. That is if they survive. So this is a different one. This one isn't actually a favorite of mine, but I can see its merits for beginner people into the sci-fi genre. The next one I think is good for beginners is Unearthed by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. This one is pitched as Indiana Jones meets Lara Croft, and it's definitely like that. And this story kind of follows Earth intercepting a message from a long extinct race, and Earth is kind of dying. So this is kind of the solution that people on Earth have been waiting for. And it follows 2 characters, Jewel Addison, who's a scholar and wants to learn about their technology and save our planet, and Amelia Radcliffe, who is kind of the opposite. She's like a scavenger to collect things that give her money. So this one's a really, really interesting one, and it's a very much an adventure story with some sci-fi elements, and I think this series is going to continue to get bigger and better in the sci-fi genre. So I definitely think it's a good place to start. And the next one I want to mention is one of my favorite books, and it is Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Oh my goodness, this is the bomb. So let me just first put that out there, like, this is the best. I love this series. And it's a sci-fi book told in mixed media. So it's told in interviews and journals and IM messaging, and it's just a really, really fun way to read, and I definitely think it would be really, really good for beginners. It's not too complex. Even when it does get complex, there's pictures and stuff to talk you through it, and so you can see what they're looking at, which is absolutely amazing. Illuminae is a really, really well-known trilogy, and I absolutely adore it because the writing's fantastic. It's a really good visual way into the sci-fi genre, and this one is honestly fantastic. It follows Caddy and Ezra, who are on a planet where this evil corporation comes and tries to blow it up. And they escape, and then they're being chased by this corporation who lets out a deadly virus, and it's just hectic because they also have an AI system named Aiden who does whatever he has to save people. It's really, really interesting. It's really, really good, and it would be a really, really good starter because it is very visual as well. And last but not least, the last one I recommend for beginners getting into the sci-fi genre is Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel. This is again a book told in mixed media. It's told in journal entries and interviews and stuff like that, but it's more of a sci-fi set on Earth. It follows Rose, who when she was 6, she fell into a big hole and landed in a massive metal hand, which was not from this Earth. Now when she is older, she runs a team of scientists trying to work out what this is and where it is from and what it is here for. and she's being interviewed by a nameless interrogator that's kind of running this unit, and yeah, it's basically discovering what this material is and what this thing is that they've discovered. But it would be really good for newcomers into the sci-fi genre as well, because it is set on Earth, whereas like Illuminate is going into space, so it's a little bit different. But again, really, really good book. So that's it from me today, guys. That is my beginner's guide to sci-fi. I hope you have gotten some insights into what books I suggest if you are coming into the genre, and as well as reading some of my favorites, because Illuminate and Sleeping Giants are amazing and I absolutely adore them. That's it from me today, guys. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you'd like to see more and have not already, and chat to me down in the comments. Let me know what is your favorite sci-fi book and what book you suggest to beginners coming into the genre. That's it from me today, guys. I make videos every Monday and Thursday, and I'll see you in a new one. Bye!